Good evening. Welcome to World News. I am Jessica Magaji Joseph. First, the headlines. Tinubu withdraws Adekambi's appointment, reinstates Zabi as HYPRIP coordinator. Federal government EU plots strategies to use technology to unlock Nigerians' potentials. Serial killer arrested after bodies found in Kenya dump. And on sport, Argentina beats Colombia to win a record 16th Copa America. Now the news in detail. President Bola Tinubu has withdrawn the appointment of former Ondo State Commissioner Femi Adekambi and reinstated Neni Barini Zabe as the project coordinator of the hydrocarbon pollution remediation project. This comes less than 2 days after Adekambi was appointed as HYPRIP project coordinator. The special advisor to the president on media and publicity made the announcement in a Facebook post on Monday afternoon. The president reached the decision following a performance review of HYPRIP project coordinator and concluded that the project coordinator is fit to discharge his functions in accordance with the regulations guiding the execution of hydrocarbon pollution remediation project. By the directive of the president, the reinstatement of the HYPRIP project coordinator takes immediate effect. The federal government is collaborating with European Union to use technology to unlock great potentials to revive Nigeria's economy. The Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, Uche Nanji, revealed this at the just concluded Nigerian EU Innovation Days seminar in Lagos. Nanji said the collaboration between European Union and the federal government would help to enhance research in technology innovation, advance technology development, and unlock Nigerians' potentials to explore the world of technology. The minister, who was represented at the event by the Director General, National Space Research and Development Agency, Matthew Adepoju, said technology innovation remained the engine of economic growth of any nation. A senior advocate of Nigeria, Olisa Agbakuba, has faulted the agitation for the creation of additional states in the southeast, insisting it would not solve the problem of the region. Rather than create more states, Agbakuba, a former president of the Nigerian Bar Association, said the National Assembly should amend the constitution or put together a completely new one that will return Nigeria to regional government. Leading the debate on the general principles of the bill, Oga, representing Abia State, said the establishment of Etiti State was not just a matter of administrative convenience, but a step toward ensuring balanced regional development and effective governance. The lawmaker said the bill was a response to the aspiration of the people of a very important region to the country and aligned with the principles of equity and inclusivity enshrined in the country's democratic idea. When we return, news from other parts of Africa. Please stay with us. Welcome back. Rwandans lined up on Monday to elect their next president, with incumbent Paul Kagame widely expected to win a fourth term and extend his near-quarter century in charge of the East African country. The two men standing against him, Frank Habineza from the Democratic Green Party and independent Philip Yimana, said they were hoping to make some progress, but analysts and rights groups said Kagame's overwhelming victory was all but certain. Kagame, who got more than 93% of the votes at the last three elections, won praise from Western and regional leaders at the time of helping end the 1994 genocide in Rwanda. The U.S. State Department and others have also lauded the development of the economy. Campaign groups, including Human Rights Watch, have accused authorities of cracking down on journalists, the opposition, and civil society groups before the vote. Kagame has dismissed such accusations and described himself as a stability candidate. Serial killer arrested after bodies found in Kenya dump. Kenya police have arrested a man who they have described as a serial killer suspected to have been behind the gruesome murder of 9 women whose mutilated bodies were found in a disused quarry used as a rubbish dump. Police say Jomaisi Kalisia, 33, confessed to having killed 42 women since 2022, including his own wife. The suspect was arrested at a bar early on Monday morning as he was watching the Euro final. There has been shock and outrage in Kenya since the first of the dismembered bodies were found on Friday at the Mukuru Quarry in the capital, Nairobi. Since Friday, police have cordoned off the dump site where the bodies were decomposition. The victims were aged between 18 and 30 and were all killed in the same way, according to the police. Police said they were still interrogating the suspect to establish the motive for the killings, and he would be in arraigned in court on Tuesday. We move to other parts of the world after this break. Please stay with us. Welcome back. Car bomb kills Somalis watching Euro football final. Several people have been killed after a car bomb exploded outside the popular cafe packed with football fans in the Somali capital, Mogadishu. The bomb went off on Sunday night at 22:28 local time as patrons at Top Coffee were watching the Euro 2024 football final between Spain and England. Police said at least 5 were killed in the explosion and 20 more injured. Security sources later told the AFP agency the death toll had risen to 9. Jihadist group Al-Shabaab have claimed to have carried out the attack. Sunday's explosion also destroyed a number of cars and damaged several buildings. Al-Shabaab, part of the Al-Qaeda group, reportedly said it was targeting a place where security and government workers meet at night. The area is close to Villa Somalia, the official presidential residence. The jihadist group has carried out numerous bombings in the city and other parts of Somalia over the last 17 years. However, there has been a law in recent months amid a continuing offense by Somali security forces against the group, which still controls large parts of the country. Israel struck the southern and central Gaza Strip on Monday to put more pressure on Hamas, following a weekend strike targeting the militant group's leadership, which killed scores of Palestinians who had sought shelter in a makeshift camp. 2 days after the Israeli strike turned a crowded sort of Mawasi near the Mediterranean coast into a child wasteland littered with burning cars and mangled bodies, displaced survivors said they had no idea where they should go next. Mawasi, on the western outskirts of Khan Yunis, has been sheltering hundreds of thousands of Palestinians who fled to the area after Israel declared it a safe zone. Israel said its strike there on Saturday targeted Hamas military commander Mohammed Deif, an architect of the October 7th assault on Israeli towns and villages that triggered the Gaza war. The military said it struck an open area with several buildings and sheds, adding it was a compound run by Hamas and not a tented camp. Palestinian officials say at least 90 people were killed on Saturday and many hundreds wounded. Up next is business. Please stay with us. Welcome back. On business, the Port Harcourt Refining Company is currently undergoing various licensing processes following the supply of crude to the plant after it was mechanically completed in December 2023. Senior officials at the Federal Ministry of Petroleum Resources and the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited disclosed these on Saturday. Similarly, the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Heineken Lokogwiri, earlier insisted that the plant was at its final rehabilitation stage. In March this year, the Group Chief Executive Officer of NNPC, Mele Kyari, said the Port Harcourt refinery had received 450,000 barrels of crude oil and would begin operations in April. This, however, did not happen. Kyari had disclosed it at a press briefing after he appeared before the Senate ad hoc committee investigating the various turnaround maintenance projects of the country's refineries. South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa warned other developing nations on Monday that future carbon taxes proposed by rich countries would damage their economies unless they act swiftly to ditch fossil fuels in favor of green energy.
Our society remains deeply unequal and highly polarized. There are toxic cleavages of an incipient social fragmentation that can only turn into instability. The lines drawn by our history and our past, between black and white, between men and women, between suburbs and townships, between urban and rural, between the wealthy and the poor, remain still deeply etched.
Addressing the National Treasury and World Bank Climate Change Conference in the capital, Pretoria, Ramaphosa said the carbon intensity of South Africa's economy, which relies heavily on burning coal to produce electricity, was unstable. Data from think tank Emba shows South Africa was the most carbon-intensive major economy in 2022, producing 709 grams of carbon dioxide per kilowatt-hour of energy generated. This has put it in the world's top 15 greenhouse gas emitters, above Turkey, Italy, France, or Britain, according to Watchdog Climate Transparency. Ramaphosa highlighted the impact of storms last week around the city of Cape Town, which shut down the port and caused devastation to homes, communities, businesses, and infrastructure as an example of negative climate impact. Still to come, sport. Please stay with us.
This is Hillstv. Quality broadcasting is what we'll bring to you. Now we be this
Hillstv, Poker.
Welcome back. And in sport, former England manager Steve McLaren is among the coaches reportedly interviewed by the Nigerian Football Federation for the vacant Super Eagles head coach job. The NFF are still in the hunt for a new head coach for the Super Eagles after Finidi George stepped down from the role last month. Finidi took the decision to step down after the NFF announced it will hire an expatriate to boss him in the wake of the Super Eagles' poor start to their 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifying campaign. According to Score Nigeria, the NFF has held talks with McLaren, who is currently part of Eric Ten Hag's coaching crew at Manchester United. Super Eagles star becomes Jose Mourinho favorite as Fenerbahce end Australia camp with Strasbourg with Bright Osayi Samuel has emerged as a standout player during Fenerbahce's pre-season camp in Austria, quickly becoming a favorite of the new manager. The Nigerian international, who plays as a right-back, has impressed Mourinho with his performances, scoring his spot as the first-choice right-back for the upcoming season. During the Austrian camp, Fenerbahce played 3 friendly matches and Osayi Samuel featured prominently in all of them. Despite a 1-0 loss to Haddock Split in their second match, Osayi Samuel's performance until his substitution in the 71st minute, Argentina beat Colombia to win a record 16 Copa America. Lautaro Martinez struck in the second half of extra time from Giovanni to Celso through ball to secure the win. Captain Lionel Messi was left in tears when he had to be replaced midway through the second half after injuring himself while chasing for the ball, but was celebrating his country's 3rd successive major tournament at the final whistle. It was a game of few clear chances in hot, humid conditions, with Colombia's John Cordoba hitting the woodwork in the first half. Argentina thought they had taken the lead with 15 minutes to go, but Nicolas' effort was ruled out for offside. Martinez ended up as the hero and won the Golden Boot with 5 goals. Spain has captured the record 4th title in the European Championship after beating England 2-1 during Sunday's final in Berlin. Michael Oyarzabal scored the late winner in the 86th minute of the game to give Spain their 4th continental title. The Spaniards also won in 1964, 2008 and 2012, broke a tie with Germany for the most title in tournament history. A final that exploded into life in the second half looked set for extra time after England's substitute, Cole Palmer, cancelled out Nico Williams' opening goal for Spain. With the win, Spain broke a tie with Germany for most Euro titles and signaled the coming of age of a fresh generation of talent, led by the 22-year-old Nico Williams and 17-year-old Lamine Yamal, who became the youngest player to ever feature in a World Cup or European Championship final, surpassing the record set by Brazil legend Pelé in 1958. And that's the sport news on World Now. We move to the rest of the news after this break. Please stay with us. Welcome back. Residents cry out as kidnappers stage daring attacks in Delta communities. Traditional rulers of the Anyo-Maitnig nationality in Delta State meeting at Owa Oyibu, Ika Northeast local government area a few weeks ago raised the alarm over daredevil operations of profit-making kidnappers who abduct farmers and other citizens for ransom. The monarchs, in a communique by the chairman and Obi of Owa, Emmanuel Efezomo 11, and the vice chairman and Obi of Obulu Uno, Henry Kikachuku, stated that they are alarmed at the devastating menace of insecurity in the land to the extent that the people no longer go to the farm for fear of either being killed or kidnapped. Since the clarion call by the monarchs, kidnapping has increased rather than abate in the senatorial district. The same fate has also befallen Delta Central, where a group of header kidnappers and suspected youths of some communities appear to have conspired to make life more miserable for the people. And that was World Now, but before we go, here are the headlines again. We told you that Tinubu withdraws Adekambi's appointment, reinstates Zabi as HyperRep coordinator. Federal government EU plots strategies to use technology to unlock Nigerians' potentials. Serial killers arrested after bodies found in Kenya dump. And on sport, Argentina beats Colombia to win a record 16th Copa America. Remember to visit us on Facebook at Hillstv Abuja, Instagram at Hillstv Abuja, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Hillstv. I am Jessica Magaji Joseph. Thanks for watching.